My name's DJ Lyrical B, Smokin Kutz. We're here at the DJ shop, Southampton, to do the overview of the Pioneer DDJ-REV7. Right, let's break this down. So first things first, we're going to start with the mixer section. Right, you have got a switch at the top that flows between A and B, USB A, USB B, depends on what port you're using. In the middle, you've got phono line in, if you're using a tablet with a looper or a tune on, or you want to plug your turntable in, that's where your switch is to do that. And you can see that by in the center of the jog wheel, it will say line input. When it's on the USB, there's a track there ready to rock. Moving over, underneath this, we've got your trim. Underneath that, you've got your low and your high pass dedicated filter for that channel. Lows, mids, highs, channel 1. Lows, mids, highs, channel 2. Here, you've got your booth output. Here, you have your master output. Exactly the same controls on the opposite side for the opposite deck. Again, trim, low pass, high pass, dedicated for that channel, which is very, very dope. Right, so let's start with the paddles. If you want to lock on an effect and leave it on, push it up, simple as that. If you want to just hold it on for a few seconds and then let go, you've got that option too, spring loaded. And these are very sturdy, come from the S11 unit, I believe, and they're very, very good quality effects. Right, let's move on to the pad section. Now, everything I'm going to do on deck A pads is replicated over here. First things first, hot cue. Next one, roll. Next one, save loops and sampler. But these also double up as another application. So if you hold shift and push hot cues, you're now in pitch play. Push shift and roll, you're now in slicer loop. Same again with save loops, save flip. Last but not least, instead of being sampler, you've got a scratch bank. How awesome is that? Underneath the pads, we've got the sampler volume. Underneath that, you've got a smooth echo button. So when you push your sample, speaks for itself, you're gonna get a nice smooth echo on that. If you want that to double up to sampler effects, so your effects in the unit affect the sample as well, or instead of the echo, you double it up. It's shift, sample effects, shift, and it will flash. Now you know you're in that mode. Over to the right, you've got your headphones. This is level, down, up. You've got from Q to master, depending on how you use or how you mix. Here, you can change, this is like a real old school Pioneer thing from back in the day that loads of people loved that is on this unit. And that's headphones on the left. Everyone loves having a fader for headphone volumes and to change the channels is a very dope thing that Pioneer are bringing back into the game, and I know a lot of DJs absolutely love that, including myself. They're absolutely brilliant. Let's talk about the faders. These faders, all three, not just the Crossfader, all three are very, very dope. You can literally reverse, adjust the curves on all three, not just the Crossfader. So if you like cutting with your up faders like a lot of scratchers do, this is the one. You can cut it from the bottom, you can cut it from the top, you can cut it halfway through the middle. They are absolutely epic. I love the feel and the fact you've got all the options to do all the adjustments from DJing and scratching at the flick of a switch. Absolutely epic. Now let's move on to the deck section of this unit. All that I will show you on this side of the unit is duplicated on this side. First things first, the pitch fader. Nice and sturdy, feels just like a CDJ pitch fader, and is very responsive. You've then got the tempo range, the 0 reset button, key lock, sync on off. This is a scroll wheel to go up and down your tracks. You've got back to go back to your folders, load when you're on the track that you want to play. You push load, load it onto the track. Here, auto loop, it's normally automatically set to 4 bars, but you can change that with these buttons here. Increase it, decrease it. Hit the auto loop. They double up with the shift button as an in-out if you want to make your own loop and not an auto loop. It's a very handy function. We have slip mode, which basically, when slip mode is on, you can do things and it will play back to where the original player head was. It will carry on playing the tune. Superb. A censor. If there's some swearing or some bad language and some certain hitbox tunes you use or whatever, you quickly hit the censor button and it will just stop that swearing from coming out of speakers, mash it up. That also doubles up as reverse. I don't know why, but it does. So you push that, shift, push reverse, you're going backwards. Right, next we've got instant scratch. This is awesome. Standalone, no computer needed. You can do exactly the same on this side, so you can scratch to one to the other or beat juggle. There's 4 preloaded samples. They are as follows.
Yeah, go! Yeah, go!
There's a button here called Scratch Bank. You can also, we all know about the Scratch Bank, it's been around for a while. You can access it via the shift button and the pad buttons. But having it just there on its own, so it's not a double selection button, is phenomenal. It absolutely changes the whole workflow for me. In each one of these slots, you can save scratch samples, a track, anything. But that opens up so many possibilities. If you're in the middle of a set and something's going wrong and you quickly need to save it, you can have something in here ready to go. It is an absolute game changer. You could have full sets in here, in each one, and they're there ready to rock at the push of a button without having to double up. You know, that is literally the workflow that is being increased by adding that button is absolutely phenomenal. On the first one, I just wanted to show you just quickly, I've loaded up some scratch samples, and obviously with the scratch bank, you've also got 8 cues per scratch bank as well. So you're not just limited to that one, whatever's loaded on there. You can literally have 8 cues per bank. Brilliant.
Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what?
I wanna rock, I wanna rock right now.
Say what?
Absolutely brilliant. That's one slot. You've got another 3 to go. Right, now we're going to move on to the effects. We've got 6 built-in effects here. Echo, spin, flanger, reverb, break, and duck down. So let's start. We've got a track here just on a loop. Big up Russin for this one. Echo. Remember what I said about the paddles. If you want to leave it on, flick it up. If you just wanted the echo out, simple. Spin. Does what it says on the tin. It's like a rewind. Spins until you let go. Or it keeps spinning. And again, your parameter buttons are here. If you want it to spin on for longer or spin less, these are your 2. Next up, flanger. Who don't like a bit of reverb? Next up, break. Again, if you wanted that to be a longer break, use the parameter buttons, longer break. Last but not least, we've got duck down. Brilliant effect. I absolutely love that effect. I think it's superb, really makes the unit. Here we have the microphone section. On here, you've got off, on, talk over. On, the mic is just permanently on, all levels stay the same. Talk over will dip the audio level so that your voice is clearer and the crowd can hear you. That's talk over. Here we have level 1 for mic 1, level 2 for mic 2, lows, highs, even an echo. How dope is that? Moving on to the crossfader section on the front. We have channel 1, channel 2, and the crossfader. On channel 1, you have reverse, so literally reverse the fader. Here, you have the curve to adjust it from an instant volume to a nice smooth volume. On the Crossfader, everything's exactly the same as what I just described, apart from on this, you have a feeling button, which makes this feel light or heavy, depending on how you want it and your personal preference. This is replicated identical to channel 2. Moving on to the last section on the front here, we've got headphones. 1/4" jack, 3.5mm, very handy to have both. Now we've got auxiliary inputs. This is your level, volume. We've got off, line, and portable. Portable is for your phones and your tablets, that kind of auxiliary audio. But if you want to run, say, a CDJ through the auxiliary, they give you the option, choose line. Now that is a very dope option to have to this edition. I hope you enjoyed the overview as much as me with the Pioneer DDJ-REV7. If you'd like to take yourself down to the DJ shop in Southampton, they have many capable staff that will help you if needed, so you can have a go on one, test out all the features. Or if you can't make it down to store, check them out online, thedjshop.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to all our social media channels.